And we're live.
Hello again.
Good evening. Oh, fuck, I did that before, didn't I? And you sort of said it wasn't Alan
And you got
Wicker,
the wrong person.
It was the wrong person, wasn't it? So, anyway, I'm Ant, and that is Daryl. Daz,
yeah.
whoever. I don't know what side is he on.
You're going to be sort of the other way, yeah.
Other way. There we are. Right. So, professional as ever. Welcome to the Gen X-Men. Sorry, just pulling my socks up there. Gen X-Men podcast. This is the first one this year. It feels like it, mate.
It is. Well, as you know, I've been sort of
More
otherwise
Scotch.
engaged. Oh yeah, cheers. I'm on the H2O at the moment, so
There we go. All the strong stuff. Wow, gosh, yeah. I'm on Scottish H2O.
Scottish water.
Fucking good it is too. Yes. Right. And I won't say the word cunt. Oh, I'll just do it. There we go. Right. That's got us off now.
Well, let's that's that out of the way.
We're off to a good start. So, right. So, to kick us off, I suppose we need to interview the UK's. Well, I might have mentioned it a long time ago, that there was a chap in the United Kingdom that hadn't been employed for, I don't think ever. I think he has the Guinness World Record of the person that has had so many jobs and lost so many jobs so quickly, more than anybody else in the world. And breaking news today is that chap is exclusively here with us on the Gen X-Men podcast. The most unemployable man in Great Britain has actually got a job. And here he is.
Other way.
That way. There we
Well,
are. Right.
I have a job
Oh,
at
fuck,
last.
it's you. It's you, Daryl. So so tell me about this nutcase that has actually given you a job.
Don't sort of like speak too soon, because you never know, it might all go bollocks up next week. But yes, the most unemployable man in the country has actually finally got a job.
So Brito, tell me more, my friend, because not only have you fucked off up north, you're like what, on the borders of Scotland or something now. You've gone all the way from
far, but
beautiful civilization to up there with the savages. That's going to lose us a few subscribers, isn't it? We've got 30 fucking crazy people are watching our show.
Really?
Or have subscribed, so I don't know.
Wow. We are. Well, that's a 33% jump from the last time we spoke. So, from small acorns and all that.
Don't put yourself down, darling. There's a massive oak tree in the middle of tiny acorns, but
this is in the family show, isn't it? Really?
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Yes. So right. So tell me. So it's like, how long now? It's like been a week, a month.
Well, I moved up here to Norfolk, so not quite as far north as.
Shh, Scotland, mate, Scotland. Oh, don't give it away.
I moved up on the 30th of April, May. Yeah, May, and so I've been up here just over a month now, and after having tried to get a job for over a year back down south. I was here 6 days, and I got a job valeting vans and trucks for a well-known car hire company in the sort of Norfolk area. So it's really good. It's 3 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So I get a nice long weekend.
That's brilliant.
Which is kind of ideal because I can look after mum, and I can get the house sorted, and those 2 days will give me a bit of an opportunity to, go around and explore, take some pictures, get the camera out, and go and do a few other bits and pieces. So it's all good. I've always quite enjoyed valeting cars and things. It's got a strange kind of sort of sense of reward to it, especially the real shitters that are absolutely disgustingly filthy, and then and I get to play with the jet wash all day. It's great fun. So yeah, it's good, but I have noticed something since my sort of re-entry into the motor trade, and that is the horror that is modern vehicles with all sorts of technological gubbins on them. I thought my car was bad. I've got a 2-year-old car, and every now and again it'll sort of beep at you and stuff, and it's like, so what did I do? But these bloody vans and trucks of the modern day variety they are just so highly irritating. They really are. You don't really have to do anything. All you have to do is like breeze past them, and they'll honk at you or beep at you, or diddle-did, or or honk, and it's like, fuck's sake, really? Is all of this absolutely necessary? And
sounds like my day-to-day life here. Walking along the street, people honk and beep at me, and oi, fuck off, you wanker, and they obviously recognise me from the podcast or something. I don't know.
Well, you never know.
All my days on television.
It's a real pain in the arse, though, because you're constantly having these things beep at you for no reason, and it's not, especially the electric ones, or the hybrid ones, and it's like, no wonder the batteries don't last that long. It's because they're constantly making noises and things, and I'm thinking, who the hell designed this piece of crap? It's one of my favourite games on not favourite games. I'm being facetious, really, but one of my favourite little pastimes of modern day cars is that I've discovered over the last 3 weeks of working is Hunt the Bonnet Catch.
I just get it up. Yeah.
I can't
it's
bloody
age,
find
my
them.
dear. It's age. Like when you reach our age, it is really hard to get it up. Not just the bonnet of a car.
But yeah, it's
I missed you, man. This is fun. This is fun.
It is.
You don't realise. See, I don't have many friends. I work on my computer, write in my software, and I go out to the shop and get beers, talk to the shopkeeper, and come home. That's it.
Right.
I chat to my wife, of course, but she's bored with me. So I wait and I pine and I wait for you and Paul to sort of phone me or email me or WhatsApp me or something. And months go by and I just gather dust. So this is marvelous. Anyway, so Gary, I'm sorry, I just wanted to hear what my voice sounded like for a change.
Let me just say, it is an absolute pleasure to sort of, get on this again with you, Ant, because it has been a little bit of time since we've sort of last spoke, let alone seen you, so, and apologies for sort of like, not doing any of this kind of thing for a little while, but, the sort of pressures of moving house and sort of getting a new job and sorting out all the shit and stuff. It's, I've, sort of been quite busy, but I have used the time to, it's been nice to have not so much of a break from it, but it's been nice to sort of, collect a few thoughts before we actually do one, just to sort of allow a few things to actually happen to me up here before I actually sort of, twiddle my thumbs online and not have anything to really talk about.
I'm really hoping that you're not going to tell me that you've got married as well, because not only have you got a job, you've moved. They say it comes in threes. So you obviously haven't died. But what is the next shoe to fall for the three-legged man?
It's strange that you should say. It is. It's strange that you should say that because certain things have actually changed, and I now identify as a penguin, and I'm going to marry my inkjet printer. So.
Oh, okay. Well, there we are. So, and moving swiftly on to
exactly. So just to sort of get the madness bit in there, and no, you'll be pleased to know that none of that is actually true.
Well, Suggs is coming on later.
I'm not going to marry my printer. So
Suggs is coming on later. Is he?
Who?
Well, you should get the madness bit out of the way.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, I see what you did there. But no, everything's perfectly normal. Everything's perfectly normal. In actual fact, it's spectacularly normal up here. You know, there's not a hint of lunacy anywhere really. So
and no midges. I mean, Scotland is renowned for the midges this time of year. So
yes, indeed it is. Yeah, and that's why I'm really glad I'm not in Scotland. I'm sort of down in the Cotswolds.
Don't tell them where you are.
So,
there we are. Yes, so Plymouth this time of year is jolly good.
Southampton's really, really lovely at this time of year, you know.
Yeah, neighbours with Prince Charles and chlamydia.
Chlamydia.
Isn't it Queen Chlamydia? I don't know. I lose track. He's had so many fucking wives, hasn't he?
His Royal Highness King Chaz. Yeah,
yes,
what a delightful human being he is.
Jolly good. We got Macron in town. I thought that was sort of some kind of plastic, but apparently they're really good chums. It's complete lunatic eco numpties.
Oh, tell me about them.
I wonder if people are still watching. Where's the clock saying how? This has been 11 minutes.
11 minutes.
Good God,
so we've been gas bagging on for 11 minutes.
A couple of women. So.
Let's have a sip of water. What have you been up to anyway, Ant?
Oh, good God. How long has it been? 2 months? Couple of months?
It's got to be a couple of months, yeah, since we last actually got together.
Yeah, I have been very, very boringly throwing myself into all this AI stuff and coding with AI and building stuff for the future. I know I come across as a complete babbling buffoon on here, but secretly I am trying to join the dots between robotics, AI, AGI, which is them sort of gaining consciousness and what have you, and trying to make sure that they don't go Terminator style. So that's sort of what I've been doing, trying to work on my next £100 million company.
Cool.
And 6 months in, we're now on version 8. It's just me, so if there's anyone watching that actually wants to help me do all this crazy shit, it would be fucking fantastic, because it's quite boring and lonely interfacing with 5 different AIs to create something more AI.
So what's the point of it at the end of the day? What's the actual sort of, what you're working on going to do?
Allow me to retire in a little bit more style, mate. Actually, no, I'm being totally honest. I'm just bored out of my wits, and unlike you, I am completely unemployable because I'm unemployable. No, I mean, I did. I applied to a couple of things, and they just went, "Well, you're just going to take my job and take over the company." And I sort of went, "Well, yeah. Well, what's the point of what? What is the point of this? I guess it's an ego thing, mate. Really, is that nobody seems to be. There's lots of chatbots out there and things like that. Where it's like, oh, hello, Daryl. I'll be your friend. You can make me blah blah blah, and make it sound like it's human and gives a damn and blah 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 blah. But there's a disconnect. They're not quite. Oh, hello. Is that for me?
Sorry, it was a phone call. I've muted it. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right.
How highly professional of me.
Hello. We're servicing the area. Would you like some double glazing or pistachio ice cream?
Well, we've actually got double glazing already on delivery.
Oh, no, dude. Well, in that case, how are you set for carpet? Because we're sort of selling anything we fucking can right now, because Rachel Reeves has completely fucked the economy, and we're just desperate for work. I mean, is there anything that we could sell you, or would you mind donating some money?
Well, I'm
Just
actually all right
because.
for everything at the moment, but yeah,
Oh,
you're right. She's absolutely crippling everybody, isn't she?
oh bollocks! I'll have to go on the spaff like everybody else. The other 9 million people that are sucking this country dry on fucking spaff benefits. It's like, ugh. Yeah. No, it's. I think like we won't bore the audience with what I've been doing because it's like really technical. I'll wait. I'll show you when I next see you. If I like next year.
It's probably wise because I probably won't understand it anyway. But yeah, it sounds intriguing. I'll go that far. So
Well,
yeah, maybe when we all get
one caveat I will say is that it's aimed. It's gonna be 100% free for military veterans to help them get over PSTD and all of that lot. So anyone that actually does pay a subscription will help a veteran get off of it, and it may actually help fund my veterans project that I wanted to start in the US, which was to have a veterans village, get them all together and have them build their own town so that they're not homeless anymore.
right.
Don't know whether we can do that in the UK because the climate is so fucking shit. Climate change. But if we could have something like that, a Milton Keynes in England for homeless veterans that they built themselves would be fucking amazing, and this project funds it. So there are underlying things. I do want to make hundreds of millions of pounds so I can give it all away and actually do good. I've discovered that I can't go into politics if politics is fucked. So the best way to actually accomplish what I want to get done in this country is by making shitloads of money like Bezos, but
Yeah,
actually do good with it.
yeah.
So,
Give it away and allow people to flourish. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, sort of like
that's quite,
Branson with a conscience. So a little bit
yeah.
like Branson Pickle. Um,
But it
you know,
sounds fantastic, Ant. It sounds like a very worthwhile project.
Mm.
And I probably can't lend any sort of value to it at all. But at some point in the future, if I can help you out with it, I'd love to.
Sponsored by Foster's.
Do you really want to own up to that?
So yeah. So anyway, so back on track. Back on track with stuff. You've got a job. You've moved. Mum's
Yep,
doing okay. Um,
it's all good so far.
hmm,
There was a little bit of a wobble the other day because the company originally only wanted to employ somebody for a day a week.
hmm.
And the agency that I discovered that I was actually employed by, they said I was going to be having 3 days a week. So I stroll up on my first day and do me 3 days, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh dear, I might get the gooner. I've only been here a week, but the chap that I work with put in a good word for me and said, Daryl's really good worker and all that kind of stuff, and he's reliable and all that, which is true. And they've sort of managed to wangle it so that I get my 3 days a week. So it's as long as that lasts, I'll be sort of in a good position to get a few bits and pieces done, make some money and
Yeah,
and have a nice long weekend as well.
it was all working out
Yeah,
fantastically by the sounds of it. So,
yeah, it's all good. And I bought a pool table the other day as well.
no, you
So
didn't. Did
I
you really?
did.
It's not got like a untraditional base on it. And
It's
for
blue.
those of you watching in black and white, a traditional base should be green, like grass, because snooker was originally played on a lawn like croquet. So yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah, it's actually a
this
blue
is
base.
getting more and more insane. But if we'll probably go down to like 5 subscribers after this one. It's either going to go
Yeah, I'm not watching
upwards
that shit
or
no
it's going
more.
to
No.
go straight down the toilet.
But yeah, the pool table's great. I got it second hand from literally a bloke in a pub. So
A bargain,
it's
a bargain,
a
a bargain,
absolutely, it's a slate bed and all that. I think it's
bargain.
yeah, it's all good, you know. So that'll give me something to do on the winter nights in the garage, you know, potting a few balls and that, and having a few tinnies, just like you are at the moment. But you and Paul will have to sort of come up and make a weekend of it at some point soon, and you know, I'll take you down the local pub, and you know, we'll get some grub and some beer in, and
I mean,
we can have a little pool
what are
match.
your movements? I mean, not getting personal. Like I just had my bowel cancer test has just come back, and I've got to go to the hospital as they've found they go. Oh, it might not be bowel cancer, but come on in anyway. So, like talking of movements, what are your movements like? You know, not those ones, obviously. Over the next few weekends and stuff.
Um,
Not that
well,
we're thinking of coming up and surprising you.
no, it might not be a good idea because I might not actually be here. Um, but yeah, I've got a couple of things planned over the next month, and I'm going back down south at, early next month for a day.
Hmm.
So, but you know, that's just to sort of see a couple of people in the local pub and to pay for my pool table.
Right.
But
Oh, so not to meet your real mates. Go down and meet some wanky cunts that you don't give a fuck about, but your real mates that miss you. And you know, Paul. Have you seen Paul's latest selection of artwork? They're all portraits of you, and it's like I miss Daryl. It's like he's
oh, bless
pining
him.
away. He's actually it's watercolor made from his own tears. And I think the red is actually his own blood. Yeah,
I'm
mine
sure
are
it's not
much
quite
more
that bad.
mine are much more crass. They're just like Daryl who.
Like that tosser that moved up north and now doesn't speak to anybody.
Well, how are you getting on with the language? Have you done language lessons or something to sort of speak
Oh, I'm
local?
I'm fluent Norfolkian now.
Goodness gracious me! Well, it must be like being in Holland. Are there lots of cyclists?
Um, no, and I tell you what, I
Shh,
wouldn't.
shh, don't tell him you're in fucking Norfolk. Good God.
I'm not. I'm in Suffolk.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yes. Yes.
But yeah, here in Northamptonshire, it's you know there aren't. I haven't really seen that many cyclists. You know, no more or less than anywhere else really. But
Apart from London.
some of the roads are really really bumpy actually. So I must admit, I mean, it's bad enough in a car. You know,
Mm.
sort of. I wouldn't like to be on a bike on some of these roads. It must be very uncomfortable. But yeah, it's now the language is perfectly fine. I'm making myself perfectly understood. So
How do they speak up there in Norfolk? Is it like in like Cornwall where they've got like have they got any sort of like go on do your best Norfolk impersonation?
well, I wouldn't like to offend anybody. They're all lovely people up here, you
Come
know.
on, come on, come on, come on, come
And
on.
I mean, apart
Tell
from
me
the odd
something in like Borda. Hello, hello,
oh,
Gariad. Hey, like, come
I
on,
can't
come on.
because, to tell you the truth, I haven't really noticed much. You know, there might be one or two people with a little bit of a twang, but I haven't quite mastered the sort of mimicry of it yet.
Mm.
But no, it's a really lovely place. You know.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you're settling in. Um, um, yeah,
Yeah, it's
all
good.
you need is a pool table.
Exactly. Oh, did I say I just bought one?
No, so you have your own, not in a double garage. You've got a
It
double
is actually.
garage
Yeah, yeah.
that doesn't have a car in, because obviously, why would you put a car in a garage?
Exactly.
Hello,
But
my
what?
sister, if you're watching. That's what garages are for. That's where cars go, you crazy fucker. Um,
Why would you put a car in a double garage when you can put a pool table in there? I mean, I ask you.
exactly. What on earth would you do parking your car in a garage? Only when you come and visit my mum and go tits off mental on her. Before the cameras get installed. Martin, you pedo. Right. Okay. So that's my that's
One of the,
my vent on my family. But
just one other little rant.
hmm,
I spent yesterday unsuccessfully pissing about with a load of Allen key furniture. I really wish I could get hold of the person that invented the Allen key, because I mean, what a
probably a
tosser,
bloke called Alan,
you know.
wasn't it?
Yeah, probably a bloke called Alan. Yeah,
Oh,
but
I've got
oh my god, what an absolute faff, you know. It's sort of like, the Allen key keeps coming out, and then you drop it, and then the nut falls off, and sort of rolls under a table, and oh no! In the end, I dismantled everything and sort of flung it outside, and I'm going to take it up the tip.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I'm obviously I need to get some other stuff to replace it, but I'm going to get our flat pack rescue man Paul to help me out. So, which I will of course pay him for, but I don't know if you guys want to sort of make a weekend of it and come up when I sort of get that furniture. You can help me build it, and then I'll take you out down the pub and get you all pissed.
You'll have to repeat that again. Sorry, I was because my hair. I've just noticed my headphones and my hair is looking very weird. It's like
Do I really have to go through all that
I am
again?
still rather vain, like the weather.
Basically,
you've got flat pack shit that needs reconstructing, and
yeah. So I was going to get Paul to come and do it, and if you guys want to make a weekend of it and come up, then we can build a bit of furniture. Then I'll take you all out and get you pissed.
that would be well, because I think this is what we could do. You see, because this is what we were sort of planning to do. We actually had a surprise weekend sneaky attack planned this weekend, that we were going to come up and just go to the pub. And since Paul's been there, he knows where you are. And go, oh, hello, mate, missing you, blah, 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 blah. And then have Paul phone you and go, oh, hello, blah, 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 blah. And you go, oh, yeah, well, I'm a bit busy. Da, da, da. And I go, well, I'm going to wait for you to come to the pub, because you'll end up there eventually. And you go, fucking hell, what are you doing? And I thought, what if he's busy and he's done something different and whatever, because it's you. You are the most Mr. Unpredictable. And so, not having a good weekend. Just moved house. So
I mean, it wouldn't be a wasted journey, really, because because you'd have a nice time in the pub. So,
well, exactly. But it's a surprise. So don't tell Daryl. Don't tell your mum. But it does make more sense. As soon as I heard you were throwing out all your flat pack rescue shit and whatever, I went, oh, no, let's make this more practical. Let's come up when we can be useful and help you put the windows in and build stuff and move boxes and whatever, So, yes, so it will be a surprise. A complete surprise, be totally surprised, because we probably will go, oh, I can't fucking be bothered. But we'll orchestrate it. We'll make it Paul and Ant come up. I think the only reason we were going to do it as a surprise this weekend is because Paul's taken 2 weeks off because he's had his nose all done.
Oh right,
So
of course
he's had all his like Jackson Pollocks taken out of his nose.
Yeah, he's had the old schnoz.
He's had a Kardashian nose job. We won't recognise him. He's still going to be really tall.
Yeah,
but he's just got a different nose. It's going to be like really little. Well, I think it's inside. It's not like outside.
No, but hopefully that's all working out for him. All right,
It sounded like it. I was chatting to him yesterday while we were scheming and planning this surprise trip.
But yeah,
but no, if you're not going to be around this weekend, there's absolutely no point us turning up for a surprise.
No, I must admit, for the remainder of the month, it's going to be a bit busy. So I've got a few things planned, and then I've got to go down and pay for my pool table, but yeah, I'm not quite sure what to suggest on that really. So we'll play it by ear, and then perhaps organise something for sort of like a little bit towards the end of the summer or something, and then maybe I'll come down again because I can't see everybody when I come down because otherwise I'll be with everybody for about 10 minutes literally, and it's just not worth it. So, but because I need to pay for the pool table, I need to go down there and sort that out. So it kind of makes sense to sort of hang around there for a bit. And
it's
the next time I
being so popular. I know exactly what you mean, darling. I mean, I walk out my front door and fucking paparazzi throwing them over my fucking shop. Get out the fuck! I can't. Where's the spectator?
Excuse me.
Oh, fucking hell! All right, I'll shut up then.
Sorry, Ant. I feel absolutely slaughtered today because I actually. Put your teeth in, Darryl. Bloody hell, man. Although I only technically work 3 days a week, I actually did a full week last week because there was a bit of extra work to do, and I've never worked so bloody hard in my life. I feel absolutely buggered. I really do. I could fall asleep right now. But it's been a long time since I've done a day's work, week's work like that. So, but yeah. And also, if I come down and see too many people, then I can't have a drink because I've got to, drive everywhere. So, so what I'll do is I'll come down again, and we can all meet up somewhere sort of down south,
Yeah. Shh. Up north in Liverpool.
In Sunderland.
Hey! Calm down. Hey, what? You're having a laugh. He's having a laugh.
Drugs in our house.
I thought we would get away without mentioning Oasis, but I just said.
Oh no, you've done it now.
Oh dear.
First gig in 16 years, apparently.
Oh God, you're really going to talk about Oasis? I couldn't give a fuck. They are the most whingy, whiny, stupid, pointless band that ever existed since the Beatles. But anyway, right. We'll say that for another.
I have to say, I'm not a particularly an Oasis fan or a Britpop fan in general, really. Although I did, who was that? There was a couple of sort of like Britpoppy type things that were okay back in the day, but it never really rocked my boat. And
I was stuck in the Mojave Desert once, and I was really glad that there was an Oasis. But it was a useful one, a practical one, not some nonce, twat, whatever, the musical thing. Yeah, you imagine that you're crawling through a desert looking for a practical solution. It's like, and maybe I'm just a whingy little bastard. No, I want a fucking drink. Or ain't got no money. Hey, come down. Ooh, look at me twatty hairstyle.
Yeah, I must admit, Oasis were never my favourite band, and sort of, the Brothers Gallagher could be a right pair of fucking clowns, couldn't they? Really, but the TV
show was pretty.
To be fair to them,
Battlestar Gallagher was quite good. Wasn't it? Was sort of like a Star Wars. Oh, Galactica.
Gallagher.
Oh, Galactica. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Because we are the Gen-X-Men podcast.
That was a fantastic program, actually. I used to enjoy that. I used to like Buck Rogers as well.
Hey, Buck. Hey. Hello, Tiki. It
was Tweaky, wasn't it? The robot.
Yeah. That was 2012, wasn't it? Wasn't it like Starbucks?
25th century, wasn't it? Or something.
Oh, caught in a wormhole.
I tell you what.
Don't have shit like that anymore.
No, it's a shame as well because as entertaining as Buck Rogers in the 24th century or whatever it was, but
that's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah, the best thing about it was Colonel Deering. Ooh, very nice.
Oh! I don't remember that one. But, so I'm just sending a text to my wife. Your beer, please. Beer, please. Yeah. See if right, like she used to do during the football. So it's not, not a chauvinist or anything like that. It's just got to keep the flow of the program going.
So how is indoors then?
Oh, marvellous. Absolutely marvellous. Like, we've got the cancer all clear. So that's really good news. That's wonderful good news. Yes, it's actually it's quite civilised being married. Oh, there she comes. Hello. Oh, hello, darling. Goodness gracious me! Is it like Deliveroo? Are you what country are you from? Are you from Azerbaijan? Or she put two fingers up. There we go. Look. See, you don't have to be a foreigner and come over here on a boat to get Deliveroo beer. Like, how fucking cool is that? There you go. See, this is what a proper marriage is like. But people don't realise that I make a coffee in the morning. I cook a food and stuff like that. Every now and again, get a fucking beer when I'm doing a podcast.
Fantastic. What more
That's
could you
quality,
want?
man.
What more could you want? I might have a cold one in a minute. Actually, it's getting to. Oh, it's gone 5 o'clock. So
you should.
Not that really matters. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, isn't it? So
well, you see, I'm always on the future time. So there should be a clock, shouldn't there? There should be a clock that is always 5 o'clock, and it goes tick 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 tick, and then goes whoop, 5 o'clock. Tick 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 5 o'clock, and it will be the beer clock. Or so there you go. I've just given one of our viewers. If we don't get 1,000 subscribers from that idea, just because I created that idea, it should be the Gen X men. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Clock.
I think that's a really cracking idea, actually.
Actually, it's quite a good idea.
It is it'd be quite a good novelty thing to have, wouldn't it? Actually, yeah. Fantastic.
See, I told you if we just talk long enough about just stuff, a good idea will happen.
Absolutely.
So,
it's beer time.
It's beer time. So, like, are you going to go get your? Are you going to like? Are you going to risk texting your mum? I go, oi, bitch, give me a beer.
I think I'll get it thrown over me if I actually do that.
You'll wake up with a sword in your chest or something. You pink puffer, you.
Yeah, you'll have to.
Then what I do? No, we'll move on, and moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly on
from that.
But what else is there to? There's a little something that we could actually include in some up and coming podcasts. There's a breakfast club in my local pub, and the next one next month is someone's just bought a railway engine, a steam loco. So we're all going to go down and see it.
Ooh.
So yeah, I mean, I'm not a particular train fan, and I'm there's a lot of people that probably aren't, but I just thought it could be a nice, interesting little interesting kind of thing to sort of throw in there, and it does sound like quite a good day out, really, just to sort of see what goes on in other people's interests, and it'll also give
when it comes to train spotting, I don't get people that look at modern trains, but
no.
A locomotive and the engineering and knowing the history behind what that actually did, is effing fantastic.
Yeah.
If it's like, you're just like a fucking anorak. Do you know? I mean, it's can I have ants rants? Ants rants now. Because this hit me like a all this bollocks with reparations. You know, like what's his name, Clammy Lammy,
Oh, what
the
a
dude
wanker
that
that
wants to
bloke
like
is.
give all the reparations back to all the people and this, that, and the other. I've come up with a wonderful counter to that. That is, well, okay, we'll have discussions, but what we're going to do is we're going to tax you on civilization because you were all fucking savages. We're going to tax you on education because you didn't have that. You didn't have schools. We're going to tax you on industrialization because we invented the Industrial Revolution. We're going to tax you on. So, by my basic calculation, and because you're doing it to my ancestors that have been dead for 200 fucking years, that actually freed you, by the way, it's about 40 trillion pounds. So if you want 4 trillion from us in reparations, let me calculate that down. That means you owe us about 36 trillion. Oh, what? You just walked out of the negotiations, have you? Oh, good. So fuck off.
Exactly.
You
I think
know,
we've already paid reparations, to be honest, because,
they're
the
wearing
British Navy.
clothes, mate. They're wearing clothes, and they're not
Exactly.
using sticks, and they're not living in mud huts.
That's right.
So
Well,
they can
the
go.
British. The
Oh,
British Navy have already sailed around the world at great cost, both financially and humanly. Stamping out sort of slavery around the world. So basically, they've already had their fucking reparations, so they can sod off, as far as I'm concerned. And
oh,
if
healthcare,
this pathetic government do
healthcare.
actually start giving them reparations, then I'm going to stop working. So fuck them, But anyway,
Oh, don't join them, the loafers. You know, I think they should do away with welfare, or at the very least, take away the vote from people that are on benefits, because it's going to be like Obama. Obama
yeah,
vote bought in America when I was out there. He just went, I'm going to give £5,000 more in benefit to people, and all the welfare people voted for him.
yeah.
I've never seen a street campaign like it. But getting too political. Or do
Yeah.
you like politics? You 30
Well,
subscribers that are out there.
yeah. I mean, I don't mind having a bit of a chat about it. As long as people are prepared to hear things that they might not necessarily agree with. It's But if you're gonna get all sort of like sort of divisive and kick me off your fucking Christmas card list because you've heard something you don't agree with, then just don't have the conversation. But if you want a conversation about things, then let's go and grab a pint and I'll tell you what I think. But but just getting
Don't,
back to
don't.
my sort of breakfast club thing,
Yes.
like
The
I say,
railway train.
I'm not normally sort of into trains and stuff because I can't really be sort of like um,
But what do you think about trains' rights? Because that seems to be a big topic these days. Of
can I
like,
just
is it?
sorry, just can I just sort of finish this first before we start talking about trains' rights? Because as I said, I'm not normally a train fan, but as you said, when it comes to sort of steam locos and the engineering and everything involved in it, it is actually quite fascinating. So, I thought if we do a little bit of a piece on this, we could include it in a podcast in a sort of month or so's time, and it'd give the sort of sort of railway kind of
Bit of
thing where this
exposure.
thing is a little bit of exposure, and hopefully some people can go down and see it and sort of get the benefit from it. So I think that'd be a sort of good thing to do, and it'd be a nice little sort of segment for the podcast. So, but yeah, I think trains' rights are very important.
Kind of lost the momentum there. Like I got the
Sorry,
trains rights. Is this a he train or a she train?
it's
Or
a they train.
I'm a bit confused. I think I might be an aero train. Yeah, but you
Didn't
don't have wings. Yeah,
didn't Charlie Parker or something do an old jazz classic called "The They Train," "Take the They Train" or something. I don't
The
know.
day train. Yeah. Well,
Um,
again, like it lumps in Charlie Boy, doesn't it? Because he's just got rid of the royal trans train, hasn't he? So like, no more royal trains. So
he's got rid of Royal Thomas, has he?
he's got rid of like over the engine. And you would think, wouldn't you, as a royal, just have a good old chuff chuff, you know, and just
Well, yeah, no one unless you've got your own train. So
I know. But oh, so we've been babbling on. No
for
one is still
46
watching.
minutes.
No one is still watching at all. Possibly, if you are, God bless you.
Yeah,
We're
thank you
now
for
going to give
watching.
you the secret to a successful life, Daryl.
Drink more beer.
That is the secret too. I don't know. I like. I think the last sort of 10 minutes we were just babble on about more bullshit, really. But what are we going to do? Because nobody bothers to write comments, so we don't really know why. Why I would love to know why people are actually. If anyone is actually watching this still, why the fuck are you watching it? What do you want us to talk about? Do you want us to interview more people?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going to try and interview the man with the train. He's up for that.
You should,
And
yeah. And
you know, as
you're
soon as I,
publican.
eh?
And you're publican with the whiskey collection. I want to meet that bloke.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you'll have to come
Yeah.
up for that. That'll be
Yeah.
good. But yeah, I mean, as soon as I find some more interesting people, it's all about getting them to want to do it, though. That's the thing. I mean, you know, I had a couple of people down south that I really
Blackmail,
wanted
mate.
to.
Blackmail.
Yeah,
So spy on them on the weekends. Watch what they do.
I really wanted to, you know, get a couple of people to have a bit of a chat with me back down south, but you know, they're just not interested enough. So, but you know, as soon as I find someone, I'll you know, sort of do my best to do it. But
Here's the thing. Here's what you have to know, Darren. Blacklist them. They will never be. This is your chance now or never. Because once we're big, you ain't ever coming on my fucking show. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, and be like the Kardashians. You know, no. Oh, like, you're big enough now for me to be on your show. Well, no, I'm not. I'm never going to mention you. It's like Starmer, Keir Starmer, keeps fucking begging me to come on our show. And I'm like, I don't want you. You're a fucking lefty. You're a traitor.
exactly,
You know?
we don't talk to traitors on this show, do we, Ant?
And I am so animated I could be in a Doctor Who episode for the Daleks. We are not joining the European Union again. Oh, cannot compute. Oh dear, Rachel Reeves overheating. Wow.
Yeah, what a piece of work he is. We're certainly not having him on here. But yeah, so
Unless you want to, Keir, you can.
sorry,
He
what? I
can
can't hear you.
He can come on our show if he wants to.
No, he can't. I'm not having anything to do with him. Fucking streak of piss. Not coming on our show.
Well, what about Genghis Khan? We could get Genghis Khan on.
I'd rather have him on.
Yeah. Oh, dude. That's why we left London. We left London because of Genghis Khan. It's like, ugh.
Oh, you actually mean not Genghis Khan, literally, but
No, like Londonistan ruler, Genghis
oh
Khan.
no, I don't want him on. Fucking, he's an even bigger. Well,
No,
he's not actually a
good.
bigger streak of piss, but he's a streak of piss anyway. And I wouldn't entertain him either. Fucking knob end.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd rather
10
literally have
minutes to
Genghis
fill
Khan
with.
on the show than any of those fucking clowns.
So how do we end on a flourish? We have 10 minutes or 9 minutes and 36 seconds to.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's call it a day there, and we can
Yeah.
sort of fade out gradually,
It's
and
a day.
and I can go and get a beer,
Yeah.
and we can have a chat in the week again
Yeah. Can we? Do you want?
if you're about.
Well, I might deign myself to sort of lower to those levels of chatting to northern folks. Like, you're that side of the Thames now, man. You're like
I am. I'm on north side of the river,
you're in the weird.
up here in Hertfordshire.
I think Paul and I need to have a get together and a rethink and strategize about all
I
this.
think
But he did really well with his gallery, didn't he? He did loads of sales and stuff.
he did. Yeah, absolutely. I went down there for to pick up some stuff for the house that was in storage, and I popped in to see him. I had a cup of coffee, and he seems to have done pretty well. So good luck, Paul. Roll on the next exhibition.
Well, I mean, hopefully he's one of our 30 subscribers that is actually
Yeah.
watching this. So we can
Well,
say,
let's hope.
hello, Paul.
Let's hope so.
Hello, Paul.
Hello, Wavy Davy Gravy.
We are
Good luck with the next
wavy,
exhibition.
wavying. Whatever. What was that show as kids that was like bye bye? And they
God
waved.
knows.
Was that like a? That's
I
the
have
trouble.
no
with being
idea. It doesn't ring a
our
bell.
age is like we're so fucking old. Our memories are just shot.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't know that one.
I can remember the Big Bang, and that's about it, really.
The Big Bang Theory. What the Big Bang Theory?
No, the actual Big Bang. So when the whole universe
right, the
started,
actual Big
I
Bang.
remember that. That's like stored, ingrained in my atoms within me because I do have a couple of atoms from that time, which apparently is where gold. Well, actually, everything comes from it. So,
Indeed,
gold,
yeah.
If you have gold, it does come from.
All the elements of manufactured in stars, aren't they? So we might have to do a little bit of astronomy because sort of up here there's not that much street lighting, so there's not much light pollution. So I might have to get myself a telescope and we can put a little sort of telescopic segment into the into the show as well.
Was something like some show that actually makes us look like we're not complete stupid twats would be quite good. It's like, oh yes, we do actually know what we are talking about. I need a pipe. We got to get pipes. We've got to get pipes to sort of get. Yes, one is. Not talking of pipes. Norman Tebbit, dead.
Norman Tebbit.
Norman Tebbit, 94.
What about him?
Toast. He's dead.
Oh, he's checked out, has he?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey. Mind you, I don't really watch TV or anything, so I watch the occasional YouTube video, but I'm a little bit, it's quite possible for me to miss news items like that. When did that happen?
I think that was yesterday.
Oh, right, blimey.
Died peacefully in his sleep.
All those sort of politicians must be all knocking on a bit now, though, mustn't they? So
yeah.
But yeah. Oh, wow. But, you've gone all pixelated and funny.
Oh, you are. No, it does that. See, Riverside FM, which we are using, we're not sponsored by Riverside FM, but this bit for us, it looks really shit, but it HDs it and whatever.
Oh, right.
Afterwards. It's just a way for it to actually make it. I mean, isn't it fucking amazing? Like, think back just 10 years. You couldn't have this kind of shit going on It just technically wasn't possible. Or even, go back to the 90s. All
Yeah.
the shit. That's why I'm so into AI. Is the crap that is possible and happening now. People don't understand
No, I
what
mean, I'm a
this.
little bit different, really. I'd like to go back to the 90s, or preferably the 80s, when none of this tossing bollocks fucking existed, really, because it's as interesting as all this is, and it enables us to have this conversation. Some technology is actually quite good, and it's a good thing, but I think a lot of technology these days is just used because we can, and I'm not a great believer in doing anything on the basis of that I can, There's
Can't
got to be
stop it, mate. That's the
no, I
problem.
know, but it's there's a lot of technology around these days which is highly unnecessary, really, but it'd be a lot more tolerable if it actually bloody worked properly, and it didn't keep updating itself every 5 minutes and then refusing to work with everything else that hasn't yet been updated, and or even if it has been updated, it still won't fucking work. It's all the forums I've been on when I was trying to set up the studio stuff, with the recording and all that.
Oh,
When
you're not going to ask me to build you a studio in your back garden again, are you?
well, actually, strangely enough, I might build another one. Yeah.
Make it underground this time. Make it underground, because then we can put a load of dirt on top, and no bass will get out of that. It will just be make it like
Not a bad idea, actually. I quite like the sound of a bunker.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, and you
that'd be
could
really
call it the
cool,
bunker.
actually.
You could call it the bunker. So, I'll help you build it, mate. It's like,
Oh God, I
anyway.
need a good night's sleep, man. I don't know about beer. I need a kip.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you need to give your mum a big cuddle from me, and wish her well.
I will.
And yeah, I'll get all of this stuff sent to me, and I'll have to edit it and upload it and whatever. And I just think we need to do a big thank you to all of our viewers and say
Absolutely. A big thank you to all of our subscribers and viewers, and thank
30
you for
subscribers. Thank
thank
you,
you for
thank you,
bearing
thank
with
you,
us.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for
Tell us we're boring. Interact with us. Go
exactly.
oh,
Say something.
that
Tell us we
bloke
need to
or
up our
that
game or
bloke.
something, which I know we do.
Yeah.
We're a little bit rusty
Yeah.
at the moment because I've had a couple of months off for moving house and all that crap, and the whole. I mean, the
Tell
whole
us to fucking drink more.
exactly. Drink more beer. That's what we need to do. Which I'm
See, and
just
the
about to
next
do,
one, I
actually.
can tell you whether I've got bowel cancer or not. So,
Oh, well, I do hope you haven't.
I don't fucking care. I've had a fucking brilliant life, mate. Look, I've got a little I put a little poo on a stick and stuff. Sent it off. And you know me, I never do health stuff, but I got forced into doing it. And so they're saying, "Oh, come in and check it out." So
Right,
subscribe
well,
now before I
fingers crossed.
die.
Let me know, Ant. Let me know
Yeah,
what happens, yeah?
yeah. Bowel cancer is bowel cancer, isn't it? It's like no biggie. You live and then you die.
That is the way it goes, but I'm kind of hoping you're not sort of, ready for that just yet.
Well, as long as I don't suffer, I've never been scared of dying. Dying is just like part of waking up. Like, not dead. So how do you know you're dead? You don't go, I'm dead. You wake up and go, I'm alive. There he is. There you go. Right, take your phone call. That's perfect cut-off time. I'm going to
Yeah,
cut you off.
he's obviously going to keep ringing, so I know who it is. So
Yeah.
I better talk to him.
So,
But yeah, let's call it a day then, and I'll go and take my persistent caller,
answer.
and
Answer.
I shall speak to you again soon.
Yeah, see, I've stopped.